Okay, multiplication, extend the lines, make 3 lines, and start putting parentheses where needed. There, because you have pluses and minuses in these expressions. And then you take them and you see if you can factor them, okay? It's a lot of factoring. X second minus 5x plus 6, so that's 3 terms. GCF T-chart. Not looking like I got x, not looking like I got the negative. 1, 5, and 6 is 1. So A, B, C. That's 6 positive. Okay, so the signs have to be a match. And they have to add to negative 5, so they need to match as negatives. 1 and 6 is negative 7. That's wrong. That's great if they mismatch, but that's not what we're doing. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Cha-ching. A is 1x to the second power. So you put negative 2, negative 3. Then it'd be xx, 1, 1, which cannot simplify because 1 and 2 is just 1. Take the 1's off. So this is x minus 2, x minus 3. So replace this with this. Okay, x second plus 3x plus 2. 3 terms, so that would be GCF and the T table. No x, no negative, it's 1. Okay. 1 times 2 is 2, it's positive. Okay, so that's a match. So it's positive 3. It has to match as positive, positive, because you're adding to positive 3. 2 divided by 1 is 2. Right there's your positive 3. Okay. A is 1x to the second. Positive 1, positive 2. You can place a 1 in front of the x if you want, but you can't simplify it. It would just stay the same because you can't divide when there's a 1 there. Take the 1's off the front, please. X plus 2, 1, x plus 2. So this becomes this. Cross it out. Now x is second power minus 4. That's a binomial, so it's just GCF DOPS. No x on the end. There's a no negative. 1 and 4 is 1. Don't do it. You have a minus. You can take the 1 off the front, and your x has an even power, making it x times x. And 4 is 2 times 2. Okay? So you're going to rewrite this as x plus 2 and x minus 2. Okay, x second minus 2x minus 3. So that's 3 terms, GCF table. There's no x, there's no negative, and then 1. Okay. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. So that's a mismatch. So you put positive, negative, and you have to add to negative 2. So 1 and 3 right there, that's negative 2. So your A is 1x to the second, okay? Then xx, and then 1, 1. 1 and 1 doesn't divide down, okay? So it becomes x plus 1. 1 and 3 won't divide down, so it's 1x minus 3. Okay? Really, this becomes this, x plus 1, x minus 3. Funny thing happens here. X minus 2 see ya, x minus 3 see ya. Good, everything crossed out. Okay, so there's no parentheses, and we don't have any outer factors to simplify. If everything cancels, the whole answer is 1. Okay. Okay, next one. Multiplication, extend the lines. Would you really be putting parentheses in here? I think not. There's no plus minus. Same here. Same here. Obviously, it's just a 10. And same here. Okay, so you don't have any parentheses to deal with. Outer factors, remember how to do this. You times the 2 and the 5, that's 10. Now you have x fourth, y third, y third. X fourth just sits there. Y third, you add the exponents, y6. You don't add, you multiply the big guys, you add the powers. 10 times 4 is 40. You just have the x third. Now these are different, so you need to divide by the GCF. 10 and 40 on the multiplication table is 10, okay? So that's a 1, and that's a 4, so it's 1/4. X is x fourth, x third, minus 3, that's 1, so that's x first, it'd be x, and then y6 just sits there on top. Okay, how about some addition? Got to attack the problem completely different, okay? You need a common denominator. I ain't got a common denominator, so I extend the lines. I put CD. I need to insert parentheses, not there, because there's no plus or minus. Not there, here, and here. Now the tops you just drop straight down. But the bottoms you don't because they're in parentheses. If they weren't in parentheses, you could, but they are. You need to see if they factor. It's 2 terms, GCF, DOPS. No x, no negative, it's just 1. Well, you got a minus sign, okay? You don't need the 1 in front of the x. If it's a 4, you go 2, 2. Okay, if it's a 64, you go 8, 8. Anything that's a perfect square, but 1 doesn't matter. XX, 9, 3, 3. So it'd be x3, x3. X plus 3, x minus 3. So you replace this with this, okay? X minus 3, really think I could do much with that? If you say yes, you're probably wrong, okay? I mean, I'll go through with it all, but if you have 2 terms and the GCF, you know by looking at it's 1, and you know that's not a difference of perfect squares. I mean, you can take the 1 off, but the x still don't have a power. It's a no. So nothing happens with that. Just bring it down. It still needs to be in parentheses, though. Common denominator. So you got x plus 3. And you have a factor of x minus 3, and then you just have the same thing. X plus 3, I'm 1 to 0. Well, this has the 1, keep it. The one with the 0, we bring in x plus 3. X minus 3, I think I'm good, 1, 1. Okay, so you're good. Now you have your common denominator, x minus 3, x plus 3. You have to factor the bottoms, if possible, to get your common denominator. Okay, then I set up my parentheses. This is for the top. There's no multiplication. You just insert 3 and negative 3x. This right here, you need to distribute. So 4 times 1x times 3. 4x and 12. Okay, so 4x and 12. So you have x and a constant. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1, and then 12. So 1x plus 12, you could just write that as x plus 12, put it in parentheses, okay? Now, okay, number 4, common denominator. You do not have a common denominator. There are different expressions on bottom. You extend the lines, and you do your CD. Okay, before you go down here, you got to put parentheses in. You can't forget to do that. That wouldn't get a parentheses, neither would that. This would, and this would. So the tops, I mean, even if the tops would have a parentheses, we don't factor them, we just drop them. Okay, factoring the tops on an addition problem is a waste of time. Okay, you do need to put parentheses around them so you don't get all confused on the multiplication part when you come down here. Okay, that needs to be rewritten. GCF and table. So there's no x, there's no negative, it's just 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Okay, so it's a mismatch. It's going to be a positive and a negative. You're adding to try to get to negative 1. Okay. 1 and 2 accomplishes just that. Your a is 1x to the second. So it's xx and then 1, 1. Now you could try to simplify, but you can't do it. Okay. So you take the 1 off the front. This 1 stays. It's the 1 in front of the x you write as x. Okay. Same thing happening here. So you're replacing this with this, x plus 1, x minus 2. X minus 2, I don't think there's a whole heck of a lot you can do with that, okay? I think that's a prime expression, meaning there's really nothing I can do with it. So there's no x, no negative, just be 1. Minus is there, you take the 1 off, but the x doesn't even have a power, so it can't be a dot. So I didn't do this or this, so we just leave it the way it was. Okay, now your common denominator, you got x plus 1 and x minus 2 from the first fraction, or rational expression. X minus 2, I already got that, so x plus 1, or excuse me, x plus 1. So it's 1, 0 if you're keeping score. So this guy keeps his, he needs 1. X minus 2, 1, 1. Okay, check it, you're good. Now the common denominator has been found. X minus 2, x plus 1. So on top you have 2x, no multiplying. Over here you need to multiply. Okay, you don't want to just put that in there, that's going to look dumb. Negative 4 times 1x, and negative 4 times 1. Negative 4x, negative 4. Okay, so you can't combine those obviously. Then you combine x and the constant, so it's going to be negative 2x and then negative 4. Put a parentheses around that. Now, again, if I wanted to, I could make you factor that top, okay? Because you see, don't do it. I never said you had to. That would become x, 1x plus 2. It wouldn't be a dot, so you'd take the 1x, and then you would rewrite that, but I'm not going to make you do that. Then if you had a parentheses on top and bottom that was the same, you could cancel. You can also simplify outer factors on top and bottom if there are any.